Right, we'll get to some more breaking news that is coming in. 14 opposition parties have moved the top court. Opposition has moved the top court on alleged misuse of agencies. Opposition seeks urgent hearing in the Supreme Court. Opposition has said that they are seeking guidelines for future, and opposition has said that huge rise in such cases post 2014. Now the Supreme Court will hear the plea on April 5. All right, going straight across to my colleague Harish, who is joining us on the phone line for more on this. Harish, what more details are we picking up on this plea?
Yes, a very big move by the principal opposition parties at a time when there are ED and CBI cases being filed against several opposition leaders across the country. Now, 14 political parties have moved Supreme Court complaining against misuse of law enforcing agencies like the Central Bureau of Investigation and Enforcement Directorate by the Union government to arrest political opponents. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, on behalf of these opposition parties, mentioned this petition in front of the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, seeking an urgent hearing. He submitted that we are seeking guidelines for the future, and there is a humongous jump in the registration of cases post 2014. The opposition means that there is a humongous jump in the number of cases being registered against opposition parties by the CBI and the ED after the Modi government came into power in 2014, and the conviction rate is mere 4 to 5%, and 95 percent of the cases are against opposition parties. Chief Justice said that we will list the matter for hearing on April 5. So April 5 is the day when the Supreme Court bench will hear the petition filed by 14 principal political parties who have moved Supreme Court complaining against misuse of law enforcing agencies by the Union government, what they call, to arrest political opponents. So very big development as far as cases being registered against the opposition leaders by the CBI and the ED are concerned. Back to you.
Which opposition parties are included in these 14 opposition parties that have moved the top court? All right, we seem to have lost that line with my colleague Harish, but of course a big move there by opposition. 14 opposition parties have moved the top court. They have alleged misuse of agencies. The top court will be hearing that petition on April 5 is the latest that we are picking up. The opposition parties have sought urgent hearing in the Supreme Court. The opposition has said that they've sought for guidelines for the future, and this in view of the huge rise in such cases after 2014. So big move there by the opposition. They have moved the top court. They've sought an urgent hearing in the matter. The Supreme Court will hear that petition by 14 opposition parties on April 5, and we have my colleague Harish, who is back with us. Harish, if you could please tell us about which all opposition parties are included in these 14 opposition parties that have moved the top court over alleged misuse of agencies.
Yes, the details are still awaited because the matter has just been mentioned by the Abhishek Manu Singhvi on behalf of these 14 political parties. We are still waiting for the details as to how many are, as to who, which are these parties which have moved to the Supreme Court. But the news coming in is that the big breaking news is that 14 principal political parties, including Congress and Aam Aadmi Party, have moved Supreme Court. In fact, challenging complaining against misuse of law enforcing agencies by Union government to arrest political opponents. Urgent mention was made by Abhishek Manu Singhvi. The Chief Justice has said the matter will be heard on April 5. Back to you.
Right. Harish, if you could tell us exactly what has been mentioned in the petition and what we know so far. Right, Harish, what we do also know that Abhishek Manu Singhvi in the petition has said that we are seeking guidelines for the future, and he's also pointed out that there's been a humongous jump in registration of cases post 2014. All right, we seem to have lost that line with my colleague Harish, but of course that's a big breaking update that we are getting to you. 14 opposition parties have moved the top court on alleged misuse of agencies.